What is vowel harmony? I'm sure you probably thought if you clicked the title, or you already have heard of this concept and you just want to know a little bit more. Well, in Korean, there is actually what's known as dark or light vowels. What does that really mean? But this does not have anything to do with what they look like, as in it doesn't have to do with them being brighter or darker than the other. It does though have to do with their meaning and their usage. Any bright vowel in Korea is one that contains a or o. And that includes every variation of vowels that contains these in them. So that also includes ya, yo, e, we, wa, we, ye. You get the idea. So any vowel that contains a or o in it in any form is considered to be a bright vowel. On the opposite side, anything that has a or u in it, it's considered to be a dark vowel in Korean. So that of course includes yo, ye, e, wo, and we. If you see any word in Korean that has one of these vowels, it's considered to be a dark syllable or dark sound, and same goes for bright sounds. So what does this actually mean, and is this even important to know? It's more important than you might be thinking. So this is not something that was created in the Korean language when Hangul was invented. No, King Sejong was well aware of the feelings of different bright and dark words in Korean when he made the alphabet, and he incorporated this concept of bright sounds and dark sounds into the language. And this concept of bright and dark vowels heavily influenced early Korean. And even in modern usage, you will find many examples where words can have different connotations based on whether they contain bright vowels or dark vowels. First of all, a bright sound in a word or a dark sound in a word, specifically in a verb, influences how that verb is conjugated. When a verb ends in a or an o sound, it will be conjugated in the yo form by simply adding a yo. If you have any other vowel besides these two in the end of in the verb stem, you get conjugations like yo. For example, you have 먹다, which has an which is a dark vowel, does not conjugate to 먹아요, but 먹어. Another example would be the descriptive verb 좋다, to be good. Now, how do we conjugate that? Normally you would look and see, it has an o here, so it's going to become 좋아요. This is another feature of bright sounds and dark sounds that influence Korean conjugation, and this is where it originally comes from. Having a bright sound will lead to a bright yo conjugation, while having a darker sound will lead to a darker 먹어 conjugation. In addition, within syllables, bright sounds and dark sounds don't mix. That's why you can have a sound like 오아, but you're not going to have a sound like oh. How would you even write that? In the same reason, you're not going to have this syllable, wa, and that's another mixture of an o, a bright sound, and an a dark sound. So far, all we've been talking about is stuff that's kind of fun to know about bright and dark sounds, but there is a legitimate use for knowing whether something has a bright sound or a dark sound, and that is when you're talking about onomatopoeia. Beginners will not interact with this too much, but intermediates and advanced learners, onomatopoeia can be very useful in Korea. You can tok-tok, you can knock on a door, you can splash into the water, any sort of sound you want to express, and this is where bright and dark vowels will come in handy. For example, the onomatopoeia for splashing, like splashing in water, can be either 퐁당 or 풍덩. And if you search both of these in the dictionary, they'll both come up as just splash. However, we can understand the different nuance, the feeling of using one or the other, if we know that the vowels used in them are dark vowels or bright vowels. So, 퐁, 당, bright vowels, o and a. This indicates something that's light, something that's positive, something that's not heavy, and perhaps small. So this would be a small, light, happy splash, 퐁당, into the water. Whereas 풍덩, dark vowels. This indicates a larger, heavier, more negative splash. 풍덩, splashing in the water. So both of these mean splash, but they have slightly different feelings because of the vowels that they use. 깡총 and 껑충 both mean hopping, like bouncing, like a kangaroo. 껑충, big, heavy, dark vowels. kangaroo bouncing. 깡총, bright, small, happy. a fluffy little rabbit hopping down the road. It doesn't have to be the exact same onomatopoeia either. This difference extends to unrelated, seemingly unrelated vocabulary as well. Tok tok is a light knock on a surface by the two bright vowels, whereas kung, two dark vowels, u, is a heavier, darker, more of a negative sense, more like a pounding on the door. And even in vocabulary outside of onomatopoeia, you will see this concept used. So the most basic example I'll show you is the verb 밝다, to be bright, and 어둡다. So the very verbs themselves for bright, 밝다, and 어둡다 use these concepts as well. 밝다 has a bright a vowel, and 어둡다 has two dark vowels. So 밝다, even if you didn't know the meaning of it, you can assume it's probably some sort of positive meaning, and 어둡다 would be some more of a heavy negative meaning, and in this case, to be bright or to be dark. The more you look, the more you will find this feature of Korean even in modern day usage. Are there any other words you can think about that I missed? Let me know in the comments your opinions and your feedback. Thanks for watching, as well as thank you to my Patreon supporters and to my YouTube supporters. See you guys next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.